Top of the morning to you. This is Dispatches from Myrtle Beach with Charles Neal and my son Link from Good to Mythical Morning. How you doing, son?
Oh, I'm doing good, Father. I'm so happy to see you on this St. Patty's Day. Or if it's not St. Patty's Day, it certainly is around the corner. Isn't it?
How do you like my, what is it you call this? Chin strap. How do you like it?
That is, I mean, you've gone full leprechaun, Dad.
Here at North Myrtle Beach, it's the third biggest St. Patrick's Day in the world. So we're going all out. Oh, yeah.
The third biggest celebration of St. Patty's Day is right there?
The third biggest, yeah.
They turned the ocean green?
15,000. Well, I don't know. It some days it's green, some days, but
some days
there's a lot of things that's turned green around here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for those who are, if you're just listening and not watching on YouTube, but you're missing out. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, but I will describe to you what's happening on my father's face. He has gone full leprechaun. Not only does he have a glitter embossed green fedora, he has glitter embossed green glasses that have each, he's allergic to it. Bless you, Dad.
Bless me. Bless me.
I already did.
Yeah.
I can't. How many times do you want me to bless you?
Yeah. But
Christ. And
I'm sorry.
The over each one of his glasses, they have a leprechaun hat on them as well. But not a fedora. It's a buckled hat. And then to top it all off, you have shaved your beard down into just a chin strap, and you look like, I mean, I don't know if you look Irish or Amish, but I mean, very Irish. If you remove the green stuff, you might just look Amish. If I'd
have had time to do it, I'd have colored it red so it would have been like a leprechaun, but I didn't. I won't go in that far, so you just got to use your imagination that instead of it's white.
You're an aged
but I'm
leprechaun.
I'm an old leprechaun.
Yeah. You've been guarding that pot of gold for your entire life? No one's ever gotten it?
I'm telling you can't get to my gold, man. No, it's at the end of the rainbow.
All right. Yeah. All of a sudden, it sounds like you've vacationed in Jamaica a little bit.
Well, it might not get any better.
But I mean, you look like the mascot for the Fighting Irish. I mean, give me a profile. Oh yeah. See, look, it's just that upper lip is cold now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It feels weird, doesn't it, to shake that beard off that upper lip?
Yeah.
Wow, but look at that jawline. That thing is kicking, boy.
Yeah, I got him.
All right, what you got for me? How are we going to celebrate St. Patty's Day?
I got a little song for you.
Okay, bring it on. I love this.
It comes from Miss Britney Spears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's about somebody that's lucky. She did a song called "Lucky."
Okay.
For St. Patrick's Day, I guess. So early morning, she wakes up, knock, knock, knock on the door. It's time to make up, perfect smile. If they're all you're waiting for, they go, isn't she lovely, this Hollywood girl? And they say, she's so lucky, she's a star. But she cries, cries, cries in her lonely heart, thinking there's nothing missing in my life. Then why do these tears come at night?
Well, you're barely even singing, Dad. Is that it? Does she rap the song? Is it like a spoken word?
No, she sings it.
Well, you're not. Well, you sing it.
Okay.
Was that it? Was that the end of it?
Take number. Okay, hold on. Let's try this again.
I mean, I don't know the song.
Early morning, she wakes up. Knock, knock, knock on the door. It's time for makeup, perfect smile. If they're all waiting for, they go, isn't she lovely, this Hollywood girl? And they say, she's so lucky, she's a star. but she cries, cries, cries in her lonely heart, thinking, if there's nothing missing in my life, then why do these tears come at night?
Wow, that was amazing.
We
Dad.
won't get no copyright for that.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. Spot on too. It was exactly, even though I've never heard her sing it, I know that's exactly what it sounds like. So thank you for doing that.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, Link, it looks like we've got a leprechaun joke.
Well, you're the leprechaun, so tell me the joke.
What do you call it when a leprechaun gives you a hand job?
Dad, what in the world? What do you call it when a leprechaun gives you a hand job? Pot of, I mean, if it has something to do with a pot of gold, handful of gold. No, that would be weird.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have to do with the Blarney stone?
No.
Does it have to do with gold?
No.
Does it have to do with any type of treasure or valuables?
No.
What is it called?
Yeah.
When a leprechaun gives you a I need a hint.
It's got something to do that leprechauns are supposed to give you.
Okay. Well, luck. It's supposed to give you luck. Or gold. I don't know what. Leprechauns are supposed to give you luck?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess getting lucky.
That's kind of close, but no.
The luck of the Irish, the luck of the something to do with the hand, the five finger.
It's just got something to do with luck, not
okay.
Yeah.
Lucky hand. You got a lucky hand.
It's got something to do with what it said about hand job.
That's not much of a hint, is it? I give up, Dad. What's it called when a leprechaun gives you a hand job?
It's a stroke of luck.
A stroke of luck. Okay. Stroke of luck, kind of like a stroke of genius. What's it called when who's a genius? I don't know. I'm not all the geniuses. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't know any geniuses, or I would have made the joke about them.
I don't know.
A stroke of genius. You could use that joke too. All right. Thank you for sharing that, leprechaun.
You know, they have leprechauns and stuff has a lot of stuff that's, you think some of it's true and you think some of it's not. But I had a thing I wanted to tell you, and I know this is true. I mean, this has got to be true.
All right.
Because
it's got to be true.
People in Ireland, when it's St. Patrick's Day and the whole month of March, they only eat green bread, because if they eat regular bread, they'll turn into a leprechaun.
So the entire country of Ireland, they have to eat green bread, because if they eat brown bread, they turn into a leprechaun?
Yeah. Isn't that so?
I've been to Ireland, but it wasn't in March. I did not hear about this, and I eat brown bread. How do you know it's true?
In March. That's just what's true. I mean, that's
I just have a strong sense that you're somehow going to work this into D's nuts. Is that what's about to happen?
No.
Are you about to D's nuts me?
No.
All right, because you have in the past, and I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, you have.
But no.
If you're not trying to D's nuts me, I'm just getting those vibes.
I think you are. Don't you believe me?
I'm sorry, Dad. I don't believe you. I think I would have heard about this before now. They only eat green bread and.
Oh, come on, son. I'm your dad. You don't believe me? I mean,
fine. I believe you, Dad. I believe you.
Well, I got another one for you. So see if it had. If someone, on St. Patrick's Day, you're supposed to wear green.
Yes, and I
like
am.
we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know that instead of somebody getting pinched if you don't wear green, you're supposed to spank them?
I did not know that either. If you're in Ireland and you're not wearing green, you get spanked?
Yeah.
Is that true too?
Yeah,
okay.
Don't you think it's true?
I don't, Dad. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just feel like you're still gonna, I think you're gonna say, well, why don't you spank these nuts or something? Are you making this stuff up? Why are you being so weird? You're being weird.
See if I could get you to believe this stuff.
All right. All right, you're a leprechaun.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
But I am, because I'm a leprechaun today. And
all right, I believe you. I believe you.
Okay.
The Irish only eat green bread, and the other one I've already forgotten.
If you instead of getting pinched, you get spanked.
They get spanked. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just go ahead and say it. Why don't you spank these nuts?
No, I'm just trying to get you.
All right, fine. Yeah, I believe you. You got me. You got me on board. You got me on board, leprechaun. Yeah, get rid of those glasses. All right, he's giving up. Now you just look like a jazz musician, an Irish jazz musician.
Yeah. It's time for another edition of Myrtle Beach Mailbag.
All right, you got any emails coming in?
Yeah, I got some. I got a email from Haley, and she wants to know what was my least favorite job.
Oh, well, I'd say it's probably that stroke of luck you tried to give me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know if you've ever had a least favorite job. But,
yeah.
When I come back out of the Army and out of basic training and went through all of that and didn't get hurt and didn't get killed and doing all that stuff. And I come home and went to work for an electrician. And Haley, I was crawling up under a house. And this house was so low to the ground that I had to crawl up under it the way I had to get to work on something to fix the heating unit under the house. And the man I was working with was probably one of the smartest men I knew. He was probably in his 60s then. And I asked him, I said, you have got the power turned off, don't you? And, oh yeah. And this happened to be a preacher's house.
Okay.
And I crawled up under there and got to where I was going to fix this fan and put it in there. And when I reached up to take the nuts off the wires and to fix it, the power was still on and it was beating me up under the house like this.
Oh my God. Like, were you holding on to it? Like you couldn't let go?
Well, and it finally knocked me off of it.
Good gosh.
And it was like 220. It wasn't 110. If it'd been 110, it might would have. Just 110 will just hold on to you. You can't hardly get off of. 220's powerful enough. Sometimes it'll just where it was beating me.
Beating.
It just knocked me loose, and I was crawling out from under the house, and I was doing some serious cussing. I said, "Y'all, you sitting up here talking, and my explicit that this preacher, and he heard me coming out, and when I come out from under there, I throwed everything I had down on the ground, and where we worked from went with about 3 miles from where we were at. And I told Philip McDavid, I said, you can crawl under there and fix it your damn self. I said, I went through all that stuff in the Army, didn't get killed, and then you want me to crawl up under there and cause you didn't check and turn the power off and you want to kill me today. I'm walking back to the car. And he said, no, we'll fix this and I'll take, no.
Too late.
And I quit and walked back to Johnny Hoag's house, got in my car and left. And Johnny Hoag called me on the phone and said, come on back to work. I owe you some money. And I said, you don't owe me no money. Just keep it. Give it to somebody else. Because I'm just glad I'm still breathing and life's going on. Because that was a
close
that was a good day. So me being an electrician, Haley, was probably my least favorite job.
You only did it for one day?
Well, I did it for more than that, but for about a week. I'd been working for about a week, and then that happened.
Okay.
And I said, no, this ain't for me. So that was my least favorite job.
Hey, I get it. I totally understand that. I'm glad you're all right. I mean, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. In this day and age, people be suing, get lawyering up.
Oh, yeah.
You
let
them off the hook.
Was in 1970. 1971.
Whew.
Yeah.
Did it give you any superpowers?
I don't think so.
Did it blow a hole in something?
No.
Like in your hands or anything?
It was a wonder. I had some tingling in my fingers and my hands for a pretty good while.
Gracious. I mean, my least favorite, I don't think I've ever almost died on a job. I've certainly never been shocked or electrocuted or whatever you call it. I guess you would call that electrocuted.
Yep. That would be it.
Yeah. And that's never happened to me. I mean, worst job I had was working for you, though.
Probably was.
I mean, not painting houses, but that one summer working in tobacco. And I was working for you, and I was working for Uncle Ross and Uncle Johnny as well. But
yeah,
it really wasn't the worst job. It was probably the hardest job I've ever had. In that heat and getting nicotine poisoning from just handling wet tobacco, that was miserable.
Yes.
It was miserable.
I know all about that.
I thought, here I am 16 years old, laid up in the bed thinking I'm going to die. I wasn't warned about it. It's just something that I just woke up and felt like absolute crap.
Yep.
That was bad.
I knew all about it. It happened to me when I was your age, so I knew.
That young skin just soaks it up, doesn't it?
Yeah. If you don't smoke, if people that smoke, then
they didn't. Yes,
and did it and got wet, they didn't never get sick. But me and you, we didn't smoke. So when I was your age and doing it, it made me, from the time I was 9 years old till I quit, till we got a tobacco primer. Didn't have to do it by hand no more. Every year spring hits and I get the urge to do something productive with all this fresh energy. It's like the world is waking up again. And I don't want to just scroll through it. I want to actually grow. Learning a language feels like the perfect way to channel that momentum into something that opens up the world. That's why Rosetta Stone is such a great option. They've been a trusted language expert for over 30 years with millions of users and 25 languages to choose from. Everything from Spanish and French to German and Japanese. What I love is their immersive method. There are no English translations, so you're not just memorizing. You're actually learning to think and communicate in your new language. You start with words, build to phrases, and progress to full sentences in a way that really sticks. The lessons are super easy to fit into my day, whether I've got 5 minutes on my phone or a longer stretch at my computer. And True Accent gives real-time pronunciation feedback, which helps you sound more natural and confident. Ready to start learning a new language this spring? Visit rosettastone.com RosettaStone.com/dispatches today to explore Rosetta Stone and choose the language that's right for you. Go to RosettaStone.com/dispatches now and begin your language learning journey.
What else you got?
I got one from Colton. It says, "Hey Charles, I'd love to know how you feel about the following things."
Oh, let's do them one at a time. What's the first one?
Pineapple on pizza.
All right. This is controversial.
I like it.
He likes it.
But I like it. I don't dislike. I like a lot of stuff on my pizza. I like to get it loaded, but I don't care if you put a little pineapple on it. Yeah. How do you like your pizza?
I like sausage and I like onions.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna take pepperoni off if they're on there. Other than that, you're on your own. I remember when I would stay with you for the weekend and we'd go to that pizza place you'd like to go to, Mr. Gaddy's or whatever.
Yeah.
And I hated that. Because you would get everything on those, you get everything on the pizza. It was too much to pick off.
I thought it was a buffet where when we went to that you could get what you wanted.
I don't remember that. Yeah, I remember actually looking at the pizza that you ordered and I had fear. Not disgust, fear. I was like, oh my God, what? This is chaos. It's just full of nightmares. So that's it. All right, but you're good with pineapple on pizza. What's the next one?
Irish goodbye.
What?
Irish goodbye.
Well, you're saying it with accents. That's good. Irish goodbye. You don't know what that is? Like if you're at a party and then you give an Irish goodbye, what do you guess that is?
Well,
there's different ways to leave a party. How do you like to leave a party?
So like when I started the show, it was top of the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
So
this is about leaving the party, not starting the party though.
Yeah.
Just tell me this, what is your philosophy on leaving a party? How do you do it? How do you go about it?
I go by and tell the people that invited us that, we had a nice time and thanks for inviting us and we'll see you later.
And then you walk out?
Yeah.
What if you know some other people at the party you've been talking to? Do you speak to them before you leave?
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay, so you make the rounds. You tell everybody bye.
Make the rounds, yeah.
Right. Well, that's not what an Irish goodbye is. I'll give you a hint.
Well, the Irish is like, I'm kind of through with all you people. I'm leaving.
Without saying anything to them. You just slip out.
Oh.
You just kind of slip out the back when nobody's looking.
Oh.
That's an Irish goodbye.
Oh, okay.
What do you think about that?
That ain't very nice.
Okay. But it's people, but if you start saying goodbye to people, it's kind of like telling other people, don't you want to leave too? I'm leaving the party. It kind of makes other people start to think about leaving the party. So it's not really, I don't think it does the host any service. So keep that in mind. Also,
okay.
It's you leaving a party. I mean, what are you the center of the party or something? Just kind of ease out, I think it's kind of a good thing. You don't cause any waves. You don't disrupt people who are still partying. And then, you just ease on out. Maybe as you're walking out, if you see somebody, give them a wink, but keep moving.
I'll take that into consideration.
But for now, you are against it.
Most of the time, if I'm leaving where we've been invited, I may not speak to all the other people and tell them that we're leaving, but I am going to speak to the host or hostess.
That's a good compromise. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell everybody bye.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go to the next one.
Hitting snooze more than once.
Okay.
I don't, hey, when my clock goes off, I get up.
Well, so at least you throw your legs over and you sit on the edge of the bed and then you ask yourself,
Yep.
Can I do this?
That's what I do.
Yep.
And get there, but now if Nancy's clock goes off, she hits the snooze button.
Oh.
And if it's before my clock goes off, then I wait for it to go off. But if mine goes off, I get up.
So how do you feel about her hitting snooze?
I don't care.
He doesn't care.
She needs to rest.
She needs to
rest. It don't bother me.
He's.
It's kind of like a reprieve. If somebody else is doing it, it's kind of like, oh God, it's a reprieve. I get 10 more minutes.
Well, it wasn't even your alarm. You might get sleep for hours if it wasn't for their alarm. All right, he doesn't like that one too much, but he's on the fence. All right, what about this last one?
Oh, good. Got QR codes at restaurants. They suck.
Tell me more.
I did. Hey, that's having to take your phone, pull up and see what's on the menu, and then try to, when they get over there and try to order off of it, that dog just don't hunt for me. I mean, if you're running a restaurant and you can't even have just a small menu for you to look at to order something, I'm probably going to find somewhere else to go eat. So I'm not a fan of QR codes. What I can't figure out, they got this stuff now going on TV.
Yeah.
And an advertisement comes up. And they say they want you to jump up out of your chair, take your phone and have it ready, and take a picture of these QR codes, and then they're not up there about 15 seconds. You ain't even got time to get up there and get one. So,
okay, well,
I wish they weren't even on TV. Why should you have hey?
Is there ever a good place for a QR code?
Not as far as I'm concerned. You probably know one, but
I don't know. In a manufacturing environment, if they're tracking stuff.
There is one on your business card that you hand out.
Oh, Dad! Oh, Dad, you got a QR code on your own business card.
Yeah. Yes, I do. Hey, I hadn't even never thought about that, Logan. And there's a lot of people that pull it up. And so I reckon I might have to eat my words, because if I got it on my
You got to pull it out of your pocket. You got to walk up to it. You got to take your phone out. You got to take a picture. Now, does your television pause?
Mine don't pause. I know, not while.
All right, fine. Never mind.
I don't have it where I can.
Instead of walking up, maybe you can pause your television, and then instead of walking up to it with your phone, you can just zoom in on the phone and take the.
Oh.
But I'm not trying to get you to scan on.
Somebody probably have to teach me how to do that too.
No, I'm not going to be.
Well, maybe Logan, it's a little bit different than with my card. I give it to them, and they can do it on their phone at their discretion.
At their discretion.
They don't. They don't have to wait and just look up what they want to eat. They can just look up and take it home. And
so there's only one good place for a QR code, and it's on your business card. Hey, we got it. Enough said. Colton,
that's it.
Good question.
You said it, but that's a good idea. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Thank you, son. I need all the help I can get sometimes.
Hey, you're welcome.
But it did say, Colton did ask, it was on restaurants. It didn't have anything to do with cards that you put them on. So I think he's talking about where you have to.
You got off topic.
Look the menus up. So, but I still don't like that. So
yeah. Well,
thank you for that, Colton. I hope you like a pineapple on your pizza. It's time for another edition of I'll Help You Get Out of the Woods. I got an email from Morgan too, Link, and it says, Dear Charles, I am writing to you from deep within the woods, the HOA woods. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I live in the suburbs in Georgia. Last month, I decided my front yard needed more personality. It started small, I put a little long gnome near my patio. He felt lonely, so I got him a friend, then a third, and then what I can only describe as a good deal. Fast forward to today, I currently have 18 long gnomes in my yard. I think they're adorable. But yesterday, I received a formal letter from the HOA stating that my yard is too busy and doesn't align with neighborhood guidelines.
Whoops.
Mm-mm. Can you help me fight back against the HOA and defend my gnomes? Please get me out of the woods before they fine me $50 a gnome.
Ooh.
Sincerely, aka a person who just wanted a nice yard.
Okay.
I can tell you, Morgan, that you kind of put me in a predicament, and I've kind of been there before. Because Nancy and I lived at a place before we built this house, and it had a HOA. And that's the reason we moved.
Ooh.
Because my wife could not plant flowers. She couldn't put anything. You couldn't even hang a towel over the fence on the back.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to help you save this $50 a gnome, because then I got elected to the board on the HOA before I moved. And I have been on both sides of the fence.
Literally.
Where people like you did not keep up with the stipulations on the HOA and what they could do in their yard. But I'm going to give it my best shot.
Okay.
Gnomes are these pretty little statues that that you have in your yard. And the HOA, maybe if you tell them that you're going to spread them out a little more and where they don't look, then they might would go along with it a little bit and let you keep some of them. But instead of getting a gnome is not worth $50 a gnome out of your pocket of your hard-earned money to have a nice yard. So maybe we're going to write them back a letter and tell them we're just going to keep a couple of these gnomes, and then you can put those other ones back on the internet like you bought that group of them and sell them and recoup some of your money. Or maybe don't tell them you said this, Morgan, but go to your neighbors and say, wouldn't you like a gnome? And then they could just put one or two in their yard. Mm-hmm. And then down the road there, they can put one or two in theirs. And then all of y'all's will be kind of eclectic together. And maybe the HOA will let you go and not be fining you. And you'll be able to keep a couple of your gnomes, and then you'll still be able to look at all the rest of them in these other people's yards where you've got. So
you're trying to turn the whole neighborhood into a gnome neighborhood?
Yeah, that's what we're going to try to do, Morgan. We're going to try to turn it into where there's just a couple in everybody's yard. And then when there's a couple in everybody's yard like that, it's a standard thing in the HOA. So everybody's got one. Maybe they won't make everybody get rid of them. So
maybe everybody will be required to have one.
Yeah, that's right.
Because why don't you get Morgan to do what you did, which is defect to the other side and be elected to the board, and then you could
change the rules.
You could be gnoming it up. Yeah. If you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
I mean, after you did that, did you let everybody hang the beach towels over the back fence?
No, I was on the board about 3 months, and then we sold that place and built this house. So
Oh, okay.
I won't on the board no more.
Okay.
And
All right.
I gotta, but that was the reason we moved, because there's not any HOAs where we live.
Mm-hmm.
One of the very few places in North Myrtle Beach that there's not an HOA association.
If the HOA is coming after you, I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but you're just doing something weird. You're doing something that's depreciating the neighborhood, in their opinion. And that's that's a tough pill to swallow. When you think you're doing a good thing for the world of gnomes, and then they come up and say, yeah, but you're cramping our value. That's something you gotta reckon with. Your taste devalues the community, according to them. That is their opinion. And it hurts. And
that's correct.
As long as you're there, you got to get your gnome. Put some of them gnomes in the backyard. I like your idea, Dad. Just start planting them in other people's yards. Say, well, they're doing it. They're doing it. Look, everywhere I look, someone's doing it, and I've stopped doing it. I don't even have gnomes anymore. Now everybody else is doing it.
I hope that helped you, Morgan, but
I hope it helped you.
It probably didn't, because
because you don't have any taste.
Rules and regulations are made to be followed, and you knew there was an HOA there when you moved there, so you probably just gonna have to suck it up.
Yeah, and that's coming from one leprechaun to a bunch of gnomes.
Yep.
I think leprechauns and gnomes are enemies, so you're kind of biased. I think Morgan does need that disclosure.
Sometimes I think gnomes look like leprechauns.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you can say to a leprechaun.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. They're two totally different species.
My golly, you might be right about that.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, if you're gonna represent your people, you got to start hating on them gnomes more.
Well, Link, it's been fun being here with you today, and we'll be back next week for another one. And don't forget to follow and subscribe wherever you get your podcast and on YouTube. And while you're at it, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. And if you got a question, comment, or story you'd like to share with me, email me at ratherbeshagging53@aol.com. And y'all have a great rest of your week. And I hope you come across a stroke of luck, Link.
Stop that winking. Enough with that. Love you, Dad.
Love you, son.
Pre-order our kids' book, Spaghetti Head and Chicken Fingers, now at mythicalbooks.com.